NFL 23 on EA Sports. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs. He's been more than just a cover guy this season, with 36 tackles to his credit. It's the Cowboys and the Broncos. All that and more, coming up next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of, sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, and this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that excitement before a game, it never gets old. They all know how to channel it once they actually kick this one off, though.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a short pickup to about the 25. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 21 carries, 76 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in his zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They run for the first time with James Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Here's Lance to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. Fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll leave them with third and a full yard to go. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
18, Pioneers. 19, Lions. Check mash, check mash.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So a good grab there. And here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him from before and thought that he could help this team.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a draw play to McCaffrey, and he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
19, Tiger. Panther 11, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. He's at the 50, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Black walk, yellow, 1.
Now Cook running right. To the 36-yard line, stop there. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. Occasionally, you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. Out of CB, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Ready?
Throwing his Lance on third down.
And Cook has it, left side. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but I think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll try the middle with Cook. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
6-0 our score after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Here's Lance. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the 1st. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Trey Lance,
75 yards.
and the Broncos have retaken the lead.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Hey, check that, check that. Dixie Maverick, Dixie Maverick.
He'll drop to throw.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 48 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Here we go.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. His throw incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare
I
to
was
do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on the PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Green, check pink.
They'll start with the option.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Lance now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but their sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. And this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Broncos are about set to go on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Lance, he'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring us to a he's going to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run on first down. It's Sullivan, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
Now Lance. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Holding. Offense.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lance looking to throw it.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that'll bring him back within 4. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 2. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It got his man complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the desert. Check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdowns there for Saquon Barkley. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Blue check, black one, yellow, white.
Option play, here's Cook. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Denver.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Judy, 53 yards. And the Broncos have retaken a third-quarter lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey, and he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll set up a throw.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
Down inside the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
Touchdown!
CeeDee Lamb.
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
On play action, Lance. Completes a pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And oh, he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
He's got room at the 30. Down the sideline he goes.
And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. And out now come the Cowboys.
And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Denver's offense now set to go. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Running on first down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
From midfield, here's Lance.
That's to Cook out of the backfield.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
He finds his man, complete. That's Sullivan. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his Lance on third down.
And complete, right side to Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having it.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. The slot man in motion right.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you had extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact. Wrapped it up. Unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Last week they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now.
79 Broncos, pat the street, set, triple, set, let's go!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Second and 11.
And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Arlington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Micah Parsons
in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Lance.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Lance. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
And Lance now to throw.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
On the ball. On the ball.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football, and they still find ways to knock it free.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance.
And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Check. Check. Alert. Alert. On the ball. On the ball. Check. Panther. Go check. Go check. Ready.
Another run, this time McCaffrey.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Right there, hurt.
Back to throw here.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
54 yards.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Lance going to throw.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Lance. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
If for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On the ready. Check white. Smith red. Blue check.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Second and 13. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though, probably.
And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
McCaffrey running up the middle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll drop to throw.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What's a
touchdown, Cowboys? A great effort there with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Cowboys continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now. They've ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan of how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Broncos are about set to go on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll dump this off to Cook. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Lance looking to throw it.
Steps away. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Lance.
Pass incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. On the move to his left. That's caught inside the 20. A big play here for Dallas. 52 yards.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
He'll drop to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Dallas,
they climbed to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Denver, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.